All right, class, come, let's continue from our previous lesson. Okay, so today we are going to go through, okay, I think previous one we stopped at transfer pricing. Wait. This one don't have. Okay, previous one, we stopped at transfer pricing. All right, so in our previous lesson. Okay, so now I want to continue, okay, with not-for-profit organization and non-financial performance indicator. Okay, so let us do a quick recap on these two topics first. All right. Okay, not-for-profit organization. Now, class, there is always a possibility that your exam question, the company provided to you is a not-for-profit organization or even a public sector. Okay, so it is not unusual. There is a possibility. Okay, so you got to be careful because if it is a not-for-profit organization and a company, the type of KPI that you use, okay, clearly they are not the same. Class, how can you measure a company and a not-for-profit organization or a public sector using the same KPI, same justification? Doesn't make sense. Okay, so now class, what is the problem? Okay, so the first one, what is the problems of measuring the performance of a not-for-profit organization? So number one is majority of your financial ratio are no longer relevant. Okay, so basically when we talk about NP margin, GP margin, ROCE, gearing, your current ratio, I think you can throw away all those. All right, so almost all your financial ratio are not relevant for a not-for-profit organization, okay, because they are very different from a company. Okay, so you cannot measure them similarly. Okay, so put them aside. You need a totally different sets of performance measure. Okay, number two, okay, another problem of measuring performance of not-for-profit organization is they tend to have multiple objectives. Okay, now, although a company do have multiple objectives as well, like company, we know they want to maximize wealth, but besides maximize wealth, they also want to improve customer satisfaction, achieve market share, quality, blah, blah. But class, at the end of the day, whatever a company set, okay, their aim as, it will still lead to maximization of shareholder wealth. However, if you are not for profit organization, now this is different. Okay, you will have multiple objectives, but the issue here is this objective sometimes conflict among each other. Okay, so that means you achieve one objective, it affects the performance of other objective. Okay, so that means there is a conflict. Okay. Now, a lot of these organizations provide a service. So if you provide a service, then I think it is difficult to measure your output. All right, so that is a problem. Okay, and this one is a known fact. Because they are not for profit, they operate under financial constraint. Okay, clearly you cannot go to the bank to take loan. All right, you cannot issue shares. So a lot of time, not-for-profit organization depends on community or people support. Okay, so they operate under financial constraint. Okay, and finally, social expectation, people's expectation, because you are not for profit, your organization's existence is to provide a service. Okay, so it is difficult to meet the people's expectation, all right, when you are not for profit. Okay, because if you are a company, you only need to serve the community, the customer who can buy your service. But if you are not for profit, you have to meet the needs of everyone. Okay, just a moment. Why my aircon so warm? Okay, so class, that is the problem of not-for-profit organization. But like I say, class, these are all generic problem. Okay, so your APM exam, the problem will be given in the question. You are supposed to look at the question and find the problem. Okay, now next one, class, because you have problem in measuring their performance, so how do we measure the performance of a not-for-profit organization. So we use the 3E model, value for money. Okay, value for money measures. Okay, so you have number one, economy. Now, class we, correct. Now, we cannot measure profit, we cannot measure income, but we can measure the cost of providing the services, okay? Because you are not for profit organization, you don't make profit, you don't generate a lot of revenue, but that doesn't give you a reason to waste your resources, okay? So therefore, class, we will measure the cost of providing the service, okay? Number two is efficiency. Okay, efficiency, class, is related to your resource utilization. Efficiency is related to your resource utilization. Okay, it is connected to your input and output. All right. Okay, so always think about, what are the input used to provide the output, your resource utilization. Okay, so that is on efficiency. And finally, on effectiveness. Now, class, you are only effective if you can meet your objective. Okay, so effectiveness is measured by meeting your organization's objective. When you meet your organization's objective, your company or your organization is said to be effective. Okay, so the measure of effectiveness, that means, are you able to meet your objective? So in exam, always look out for what is the organization's objective. So as long as you meet the objective, you are effective already. Okay, and class, just be careful. They love to test public sector as well, together with not-for-profit, so I think we have seen past year on police force, school, okay, and you have over here from your revision notes, okay, I think a school, okay, university, okay, but we are not going to run through that question because there is already video recording for that. Yeah, this one, TLand University, okay, TLand University. Okay, so we are not going to run through any question on this one, all right, not-for-profit organization and public sector. You have video recordings for it, so do go through them, okay. Okay, do go through them. All right, so all these you can go through it. You no need to wait for the revision. We won't be running through them. Okay, and now class, more recent past year, like I said, like all these, okay, you can run through them as well. All right, so all this. Okay, so now class, let's move on to the next part. Non-financial performance indicator, NFPM and FPI. Non-financial performance indicator, NFPM and FPM. Okay, so now class, what is non-financial performance indicator? Now, when we talk about NFPI or NFPM, okay, class, it refers to any performance measure, as long as it's non-monetary. Okay, so be careful, class. Sometimes they may, if the examiner choose to do so, they can ask you to suggest, okay, NFPI, okay, non-financial performance measure. Okay, so to make sure that your proposed KPI is correct, okay, now class, your KPI must be non-monetary. Okay, so that means things like your GP, NP margin, ROCE, all those are totally unacceptable, because any measures that comes from your financial statement, they are all monetary. Okay, so cannot. All right, things that are acceptable NFPI include number of units, okay, number of machine hour, customer waiting time, percentage of returning customer, on time delivery, so all these, yes, okay, because they are not monetary in any way. Okay, so you got to make sure anything that needs the data from your financial statement, class, that one cannot, because that one is monetary, dollar and cents. Okay, so class, NFPI. So why? Okay, the next thing, why do we need, okay, if it's not about money, then why do we need to measure? Okay, so what is the possible reasons why we need an FPI? Okay, because of the weaknesses of financial measure. Now, financial measure, class, we know it's not perfect. your profit goes down. Okay, NP margin reduce. It's not good performance because you earn less. But it doesn't tell you more than that. You know, when I notice that my company NP margin has gone down, I know that, you know, my profitability is worse than before. But what caused the decline in profitability? Your financial measure won't be able to tell you, you know. But if you measure non-financial, you will know your customer satisfaction is poor, your quality is poor, you know. So therefore, we need non-financial because of the weaknesses that exist in financial measure. Number two, competitiveness, long term. Financial measure is short-term measure. Generally, all those financial measures, they are short-term measure because class P&L, your P&L and your SOFP, they are your last year performance. So clearly, they are all short-term measure. So NFPI is more appropriate to measure your company long-term performance. Plus, if your customer is satisfied, chances are they will return and buy from you their next purchase. Okay, a satisfied customer is a returning customer. Okay, now, next one, quality. It is difficult to measure quality using financial measure. Okay. Because spending more is not necessarily quality. Okay, you cannot say, oh, you know, I buy more expensive material, excuse me, means quality. Class, I don't think that is true, because if you argue it is true, I think your company will lead to wastages. So that means, in other words, in your sourcing decision, as long as it's expensive, you buy. As long as it's cheap, you don't buy. Class, doesn't make sense, isn't it? Okay, when you start arguing that buy expensive is quality, class, not necessary. Okay, so class, financial measure, difficult to measure quality, but non-financial, way easier. Percentage of warranty claim. How many % of your product sold got warranty claim? Then you know already. Or the easiest of all, customer complaint. Number of customer complaint. Okay, so things like this can tell you your quality. And class, finally, employee performance. So it's definitely difficult to assess an employee performance, because if you use financial measure, okay, an employee, one employee, doesn't affect your whole company financial performance. Okay, so to measure employee, we should use NFPI. Now, and finally, just a reminder, qualitative measure. Okay, this one, careful a bit. What is a qualitative measure? It is a subjective measure which usually involve an expression of opinion. Okay, example, what do you think about the concert? So class, that is a qualitative measure. Okay, very unlikely your exam will ask you to suggest qualitative measure, because qualitative measure is subjective. It is difficult to measure. What do you think of the taste in this restaurant? You know, the food served by this restaurant. I think that is subjective. Okay, you know, we have all these Michelin star restaurant and so on and so forth. But class, I think some of them doesn't really live up to the hype, isn't it? If you have tried, you know, one or two of them, you will know that, you know, they are way better elsewhere. Okay, so this is the thing, class. It's a matter of taste. How do you find this movie? Nice, enjoying, entertaining, or lousy? Okay, so class, everyone has different tastes and expectation. So this is qualitative measure. So in terms of exam, I don't expect to see a lot of question on it, but just be careful. If the term do come out, then you need to know what is qualitative measure. Okay, but asking you to suggest doesn't make sense. Okay, because it's near impossible to suggest qualitative measure. Okay, now class, next one. All right, so now NFPI, they don't ask as a question because it's just a small part. All right, so it is always tagged along with other chapter. Okay, so it's not a topic by itself. Okay, now class, I want to go next model. We are going to go through all the model. Okay, so starting with the first one, building blocks of performance measure. So I'm going to go through building block, balance scorecard, performance pyramid. Okay, so today we will knock off all the different model. Okay, so let's go through building block, balance scorecard, and performance pyramid. Okay. Building block. Okay, class. Usually for what type of organization this model? Exam coming, come on, I'm testing you. Usually it is suitable for what type of company? Building blocks of performance measure. Service organization, perfectly correct. Okay, so class building blocks of performance measure. It is a performance measurement model or performance management model, okay, that is suitable for a survey. Hold on. Okay, it is suitable for a service organization. Now, why do we need a model just for service organization? Okay, like our previous one, okay, not-for-profit organization. So service organization is also unique by itself, okay? Service organization is also unique by itself. So the uniqueness of a service organization can be summarized in this mnemonic. Okay, now class I shop. Okay, I shop. Can you tell me what does this stand for? I-S-H-O-P. Okay, class I shop. Okay, the uniqueness of a service organization. Why is this thing annoying? Intangible, yes, service organ. Excuse me. I here stands for intangible. So service itself is intangible in nature. Okay, so number 2 is simultaneous, production and consumption inseparable. Okay, H, heterogeneity. Okay, that means referring to the use of labor, human, okay, human input. Okay, so we cannot expect 100% consistency. You know, in a manufacturing, if you have a very slight difference, that is called manufacturing defect. Okay, but in a service organization, let's be realistic, this is not the case. Due to the use of human input. Okay, so heterogeneity is very common. Okay, or ownership, you buy to consume the service, you don't own the service. And finally, perishable. Okay, so service, you know, you have to consume. All right, it's perishable. Okay, so meaning you cannot say about quantity, you know, about quantity discount, economies of scale production. You know, if there is no demand, how are you going to produce your service? Okay, so service is unique in that aspect. It is perishable. No keeping of inventory. You know, I cannot offer you bulk purchasing discount. It doesn't work. You know, that's the amount I can consume and that's it. Okay, there's no point I try to offer what we call as, you know, bulk purchasing discount. Okay, so class, that is the uniqueness of a service organization. So 3 things, building block: dimension, standard, reward. So dimension talks about the performance measure. When you want to carry out performance measure, you must measure them from all these 6 dimensions. Help me, class. What is the 6th dimension? Okay, the first one is clear cut. Financial performance. Now, what else, class? The 6th dimension. Okay, one moment. Okay, I see competitiveness. Yes, your ability to compete with your competitor. Okay, so you must have performance measure, KPI, that assess your ability to compete against your competitor. Okay, flexibility. Flexibility means your ability to meet the need of your customer. So if your company is flexible, you are able to meet the need of your customer better, okay, compared to a rigid company. Okay, so you are flexible, you can adapt to changes to customer demand. All right. Service quality. Okay, this is self-explanatory. Okay, it's looking at the level of quality, okay, of the services offered. Okay. Resource utilization. Okay, this is obviously connected to efficiency, your input to output ratio, Okay, and finally is innovation. Okay, innovation means to adapt and to change. Okay, so your ability to adapt the service or your organization to changes in the business environment. So that is what we call innovation. All right. Now the next one we have is standard. Okay, so how are they related? Now, class, this is how the building blocks of performance management model works. First, you must have the dimension. These are the 6 areas that we must measure a company performance. So, where is the focus, what you have to measure. Okay, so after you have all the 6 areas that you have to focus upon, then the next thing is, class, when you have the area, the KPI, it's not good enough. You must have a target. Okay, so standard here basically means the target. Okay, like for example, class, when we talk about service quality, okay, service quality. So your KPI maybe is percentage of returning customer. Okay, service quality, percentage of returning customer. But the thing here is, class, even you have KPI, no use. Okay, you must set a target for your KPI. Okay, because say for example, your KPI is percentage of returning customer. So 80%. Now you measure your actual result, 80%. Now, is that good or not? It tells you nothing unless you have a target. So if your target is 90%, so your actual performance is worse. If your target is 70%, then your performance is good. So that's why you need a standard, a target. Okay, so the next thing. Now, when setting target, 3 things, class. 3 things. Now, what's the 3 things? Can you remember? What's the 3 things? Equity. Fairness. Okay, fairness. All right, so equity. So when setting target, you must ensure the target or the standard is fair. Okay, look at the info given. Look for evidence that tells you potentially the target set by the question is not fair. Economy condition, people purchasing power. Now, class, there can be a lot. All right. So look out for information given in the question that potentially tell you the target is not fair. Second one, achievable. When setting target or standard, we have to set a challenging target because we want to motivate our employee for improved performance. So setting challenging target is suitable, but don't set ideal target. Ideal target is demotivating. Ideal means you can only achieve in perfect condition that we know cannot. All right. So when you set target that is not reasonable, then class, no one will be motivated. Okay. And then what if you set easy target? Easy target, then no motivation for improved performance. And finally, ownership. Now, ownership means you have to get your employee to accept the target. Okay, that means get your employee to buy in to the target. All right, so that means they have to be agreeable. You have to sell to them that this is a reasonable and possible target. Okay, so that is on ownership. All right, and finally, you got dimensions, you got standard. Now, class, you got reward. The last one. Now, class, that is the reason or objective why we employee work. Class, it's like common sense. Why do we work? We want this. If we don't want this, we don't need to work. So yeah, if a company is telling us, Spencer, this is the area I will assess you, this is the target I give you, then class, you stop there. You didn't talk about the reward. So to me as an employee, there is no motivation. You can tell me what you want to measure. You can give me a target. But did you motivate me to achieve the target set? Okay, so reward is part and parcel of your performance management. You have to motivate your staff, okay, towards improved performance. So when setting reward, 3 things also you have to be careful. Now, class, by the way, this point here on reward is not just for this topic building block. It can also be adapted, okay, and applied to any question that need you to evaluate the reward of your employee. Okay, so number 1, class, when setting reward, set a clear reward system. Clarity. Achieve above 20% revenue growth, employees are entitled 1-month bonus. So class is very clear. Target 20% revenue growth. The type of reward, 1-month bonus. But if you tell your employee, achieve above 20% revenue growth, and you will be well rewarded. Now, class, that is lousy. Okay, you tell me well rewarded, but what is the meaning well rewarded here? All right. So clarity. Number 2, motivating factor. When you set your reward, make sure your reward can give motivating factor. Okay, so it must be something that can motivate your employee, something that attracts them. And finally, reward must be on controllable performance. That means it must be on the employee actual performance, must not be affected by anything that is beyond their control, okay, because it would not be fair, okay, to assess their performance, okay, on their uncontrollable performance, okay, something like, company profit, okay, so you reward the manager, a bonus or whatever, okay, based on the company profit. But the thing here is, we know company profit is affected by many factors that are outside the control of the manager. So, you reward them based on company profit. I think it's not going to be an effective reward system. All right. Now, class, before we look at, okay, I'm going to look at a question or 2. Okay, but before that, I want to, okay, never mind. I think we look at the question. We immediately look at the question. Then add on, look at another question. Building blocks. This one, the one's not very old already. Mattis. Hold on. Balance scorecard. Oh, this is Six Sigma. Pyramid Six Sigma. Cannot. Maybe where is my building block question? Okay, then we look at this one from your CBE platform. Now, class, we look at from your CBE platform. This is your progress test 4, right? I gave you as your progress test 4. Okay, so now I run through with you. Okay, I run through with you this question. Okay, so the following exhibit. Okay, so blah, blah, blah. Class, now class. Let's have a look. Respond to the shareholders' request for work on the following area. Building block, ESOS. Okay, I think this is the reward. 12 marks, 8 marks, Class, this is the new format, 5 professional marks. You are given for analysis, evaluation, skepticism, and commercial acumen. Okay, so surely no communication skill here because it's not the report. The report is only question 1 for APM. All right, so for question 2 and 3 don't have. Okay, so now you do not have to worry about this. Okay, class, doesn't matter whether it's analysis, evaluation, skepticism, or commercial acumen. Class, you focus on this. The higher you get the marks for this and this, obviously, the higher is your professional marks. You cannot mess up here and then still get professional marks, because how are you going to convince the marker that your answers are all wrong, but they are professionally correct? Doesn't make sense, right, class? And how you want to screw up your professional marks? Here you can get 12 and 8, like let's say perfect answer, but they are all professionally wrong. Isn't it, class? You think and see what's the common logic. I can get, 10, 11 marks here, 6, 7 marks here, but I can't get 4, 5 marks, professional marks, because my answer is correct, but not professional. That's no way. Because in order for you to get the marks here, you have to be able to analyze, you have to be able to evaluate skepticism and also your commercial acumen. All right, so that's why, class, do not have to worry here. You worry here. Okay, and the next thing is, class, when you calculate the time, please, it's 25 marks, 45 minutes. So when you calculate, okay, individually like A and B, it's my calculator, A and B. Okay, so class, for me, I will do like this: 12 plus 3. Then here, 8 plus 2. So here will be 10 marks, 18 minutes. Here will be 15 marks, 27 minutes. So I will time myself. Okay, I'll time myself 27 minutes or plus minus 30 lah. 30 minutes, I will stop. Haven't finished, never mind, I will stop, go to the next one. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, now class cut. Building block. I don't know what they want. Building block. So just take a couple of minutes. Run through first. Yeah, reading the question all included in the allocated time. Because you got 3 hours, 15 minutes only. So when I say 27 minutes means include reading, thinking, typing, all include. Okay. Now let's see the requirement. Now, class APM. APM, the question requirement, very important. Shareholders have been told that the use of building block for service business may help improve performance. Okay, nothing here. The shareholders are not familiar with the model and has asked you as an expert for your advice. Okay, what advice they want? The shareholders wants a specific explanation of each of the 4 determinants: quality of service, flexibility, resource utilization, and innovation. Now, class, as anticipated, you don't need to even know the model. They tell you, isn't it? Pyramid, they draw the pyramid. Building block, they want to test the dimension, they give you the 4. They even tell you. So that's why, class, all those knowledge doesn't help, isn't it? And why measuring them improve the company performance. Then for each determinant, they would like you to recommend a justified performance measure. So class, there are 3 things here. There are 3 things here. When I review your test for, one of the clear weakness of student is a lot of you only do 2. The first one, yes, and the last one. So you miss out on the second one. Why measuring them would help to improve the company performance. You miss out that. Now, class, if I'm doing, I know I look at the requirement, got 3 things. Do a bit of planning, very simple planning, class, 12 marks, right? So 12 marks, there are 4 determinants. So class, in other words, each determinant, 3 marks. And each determinant, class, got 3 things. So you know well how the marks comes from. 1, 2, 3. So a student who only do 2, okay, that means maximum you can get 8 marks only. Maximum you can get 8 marks. And class, when you maximum only get 8, your professional marks sure knock down already one, because you didn't answer one part of the question. No matter how well you do for the remainder 8 or this, you will get max 3 only. And then class, don't tell me all the 4 determinants you get 8 out of 8, right? So chances are you're going to get 5, 6. Okay, that is considered reasonably good already. And then here you mess up a bit. That's why, class, your professional marks end up 1, 2 marks only. So that's the thing. Okay, and if it's poorly answered, then your professional marks you get 0. Okay. So now, class, let's start with the first one. Okay. The 4 determinants of building blocks are, okay, what they give? Quality of service. Okay, so now class, so basically what happened here is this. So we have to tell the examiner, okay, so the meaning, the explanation, okay, of quality of service. Okay, hold on, class, I want to save time. I want to copy paste my answer because the answer is there already, right? Okay, so class, basically you need to do application. All right, class, you need to do application. So they are an insurance company providing its service through phone call. So quality of service is an important aspect of their performance. It will have a direct impact on customer satisfaction. Okay, so aspects such as how fast, okay, courtesy, while will have an impact on the quality of service. Okay, so this is just an example. This is not necessary. So 1 mark here. Okay, 1 mark here. Now, second part, class, your answer has to be very clear. The green color. Okay, the second requirement. Why measuring them will help to improve the company performance. Okay, why measuring them will help to improve the company performance. Class, when you read the info, do the company has service quality issue? Is there any service quality issue? Have a look at this. The last paragraph. Recent consumer survey voted customer service of the company poorest in the industry. they waited for hours, blah, 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 blah. Okay, class. So what you need to do, okay, what you need to do is class clarity. One mark. Why measuring quality of service can help to improve the company's performance. Class, your company performance is currently the worst. So by measuring, so class, this is what I would say. Is at its worst. So when you measure quality of service, you will enable the company to improve its services to the customer. So ultimately leading to a better customer service. So class, when your customer service is at its worst, surely measuring them help to improve. At least you know, okay, your staff now knows the importance of the phone call, the manning the phone call properly. Okay. All right, class. So this is the thing that you must have, or else cannot. Clarity. 1 mark, and that's all. Okay, 1 mark. That's all. No need longer than that. And then KPI. Measuring KPI. Okay, so suggest and clearly they don't have to say must justify. Okay, your KPI must justify, and only one. Don't go and give 2, 1 only, because you give 2 also they cannot give you additional marks. Not possible. Okay, so class, use the info. They got give you the hint. They waited up to an hour. Class, who in the world? I wait 5 minutes for my call to be answered. You know, if I'm going to call a call center, I will feel annoyed. So the examiner is, you know, trying to make it so clear. This is a problem. Okay, class, let's be honest lah. No one waits for an hour, isn't it? Because no matter how urgent, do you actually wait for an hour? Potentially your call might just get disconnected, isn't it? Okay, so the examiner tried to make it so clear to you, this is a problem. So class, your KPI has to be this. Your KPI has to be this. Okay, so you give anything else, it's not going to be relevant. All right, it's not going to be relevant, because it means it shows that, you know, you lack the professional skills, skepticism. You can't see this is an issue. Okay, so class. So the answer, now, when I mark your test, okay, obviously not so strict. Some relevant, properly justified KPI are also given the 1 mark. Okay, so that means you may not be talking about the average time taken to answer the call, but the more, you know, those that don't get the marks, some general weak answer, your KPI, like just now I say professional skills mark, lack commercial acumen. In other words, the KPI that you propose raise a very big question. In real world, in reality, this is your company, insurance company, call center, how you want to measure? Okay, you know, it's like not possible. Yeah, you do put like this. Okay, I can't remember because it's very difficult to think of a wrong answer. You do put percentage of something. Now, class, it doesn't mean that you put percentage means can measure already. Because when I read further your something here, it come across my mind is how you're gonna get the figure. How do you get the data? You can't. Okay, you can't. Now, class, this one can. It can be automated. Time taken to answer. All right. The phone comes in. On average, you capture the data. How long before it is being answered? So, class, this one. It doesn't just mean that by throwing in percentage can measure already. You ask yourself, what divided by what to get the percentage? Can you get the thing? Because to get percentage means you must have something, one data over another data, right? Can you get the 2 data? So I see some of the students, some of my students, your answer not really measurable one. Okay, so cannot also. All right, doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Okay. Customer waiting time before call being picked up by staff can get marked. Yeah, can. All right, so it's the same average time taken. Okay, what you mentioned is the same as this. Don't you see? It's the same. Okay, so customer currently, okay, justification. So class, now you get it correct. Next thing, justification. If you didn't justify correctly, class cannot get the mark also. Currently, customer complain they need to wait an hour. Therefore, the above KPI will monitor the effectiveness of their customer service in answering their call. Okay, so class, justify. Why this KPI? Okay, class, can or not? Any question, class? Anything you want to ask here first? Okay. Next one, flexibility. Ability. This one I think explanation I have no issue. When I review your answer, 4 marks is there. All right. Worst also 3. Okay. That means the first part of class, I would say, there is no problem. There is no problem. So that means class, it show one thing, you all as a student, you are responsible. You got study. That one I don't deny, because you got the knowledge, you can get the 1 mark. But class, you're not enough, because we know at professional level, the application. So the lacking thing is this, the green and the red. Okay, the green and the red. The green hurts. Okay, the most weak answer are in the green, missing out. Okay, or not clear in your explanation. Then red one, yes, but not perfect. Okay, not perfect. So that's why I say, even you do 2 are very risky, you won't get 8 out of 12, because you do yellow and red, but your red still not perfect. So that means you can maybe out of the 4 KPI, you only get 2 correct. So that's the thing. All right. Okay. Now flexibility. Ability to meet the need of the customer, as based on the customer survey, the company didn't meet the customer need. As the customer complained, the staff didn't take time to understand what they say. Okay. Now, when I mark, I actually give mark 1 mark. When I see this, I don't even, that means I mark a little bit lenient. I don't even need you to apply to the question. Okay, so that's why I say most of you get the 4 marks. Okay, the 4 marks for the knowledge part. Okay, now next one, class. How measuring flexibility can improve. Okay, so now I know what is our problem. So class, then you see I apply. Previously, customer complaint, you don't even take time. That means you don't care, in other words, to understand what the customer wants. So by measuring, that means now you have to be alert. You are forcing your employee to be alert to the customer requirement. So the need of the customer can be satisfied and can show better sales. A lot of you, this part, you get the 1 mark, because I can see a lot of you talk about improving sales and so on, can sell better and etc. This part, you get the 1 mark. And then the measure, okay, the measure. Okay. By the way, all these KPI measure is not the only measure. So other KPI, as long as it's correctly justified, can get marks on. So over here, I say a suitable KPI would be time taken to answer customer call during busy time. Flexible, ability to meet the need of the customer. So this KPI is relevant for flexibility, as we need to ensure you are flexible in its service offering, where you can meet the customer need even during busy time. Okay, so that means you don't say, oh, it's busy, what can I do? Oh, it's peak period, what can I do? That means you are not so flexible, so you will feel frustrated when you make a phone call, okay, and the phone automated answering machine says, we are sorry, currently it's our lunch time. Can you call back, at 2 p.m. Now, class, as a customer, you feel frustrated. If I want to buy, lunchtime can buy. When I got problem, lunchtime cannot ask, so people will feel, you're not flexible, okay, you can argue that, but it's lunchtime. Yeah, it's lunchtime, but then if you take my money, you didn't say it's lunchtime. Okay, class, so you are being inflexible. Okay, now, so some students didn't use this KPI. Okay, some students didn't use this KPI. Okay, now, other KPI, okay, some says percentage of customer who sign up. Okay, percentage of customer who sign up new product. Okay, from the service. Okay, from the call. Okay, from the call. Okay, percentage of customer who sign up the product. Okay, so class, I also accept. Because why? When you call, you're flexible. Okay, you understand customer need. You can give them, advise them the right service. Okay, the right product to buy. Yeah, can also. Okay, so it's not just limited to this KPI, can be other product. Okay, I think, I remember like some say something like that. Percentage of customer who sign up for new product, okay, you get the marks already. Okay, that means how many call, how many success divided by how many call. Okay, now next, resource utilization. Okay, as usual, explaining this is not a problem. Class. Now, good answer. Okay, this one generally I can see is good. Okay, but maybe one or two. Class, what's the resources here? We know resource utilization is efficiency, your input to your output. Okay, but what is the resources here? What's the resources here? Yeah, the staff. Yeah, I'm not saying all. It's not a general weakness. Majority, I think, still see, but there are one or two. Okay, there are some, a small number of students didn't see. Some actually use director. Director, not really. Okay, director, they are management level. They are more to involve. They are involved more in planning. Okay, so they are not. Okay, I'm not saying director is not employee. I'm wrong. A director is an employee of a company. Okay, but to say director is a resource is not really correct, because director, their job are different. They are more towards planning, control, decision making. Okay, so they don't work operationally. So it has to be staff. Okay. Time cannot. All right. It has to be staff. Time is not a resource. Okay. Okay, so class, so the resource, efficiency, how well you use your resources in providing service. Some of you talk about efficiency. Yes, you get the marks, so not too strict here. So the staff here is the resources. We are looking at how well you utilize your staff. So I just apply to the question, okay? Automation doesn't have flex. Actually, I don't understand what you meant by automation. Automation. Not relevant to this question because they don't ask you to talk about automation. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So class resource automatic caller. No. The thing here is, your question is, what has it got to do with the question? So if you're going to talk about automation doesn't help flexibility, the thing here is, why are you telling me that? The question, what your answer is irrelevant to the question. What we want is class yellow, green, red. Anything outside it are all irrelevant, not answering question. So if you talk about automation, you are not answering question. Do the question ask you to suggest how to do better? No. The question asks you to suggest KPI. The question asks, so if your suggest KPI is suggest automation, are you answering the question? You're not. No need to read further. Wrong. Okay. So must answer the question. Very important. Okay. Now, next, resource utilization. So how measuring this would improve the performance? Okay, now class, you can see the 84 million. You can see the 84 million. Surely you have to use that in your question. Okay. This one no need. This is unnecessary already. Repeating. As the staff cost is 84 million, thus ensuring that this spending will be able to generate sales. Input, output. Input, output will help to improve its financial performance. You can also look whether there is any possibility of lowering. Okay, this is not relevant. This will get the 1 mark. Okay, class input to output. Okay. And then class the relevant KPI. A relevant KPI would be percentage of sales to staff costs. Okay, so that means how many percent sales to staff costs. So the higher, the better lah. All right, the higher, the better. Efficiency of the staff in generating revenue. Okay. And finally, innovation class. Anything you want to ask? Innovation. Adapt, change. I see explanation all there. Most, yeah, correct also. Now, just one thing. This second part, you're lacking. Here, okay. Here, yeah, got no problem, no problem. Like I said, you all are very good student. You are responsible. You got study. No doubt, no question about that. Okay, but missing, so your answer can improve lah. All right, although you still get the 1 mark, but I would say can be improved. All right. So as the company is insurance company, innovation is important part of the company introducing new for the customer. Okay, actually. You have this, can already. You don't even need this. You don't even need this. Okay, you don't even need this. All right. Okay, I just amend like this. Already. We got 1 mark plus 1 mark. 1 mark. All right. Yeah. You will get the PDF answer. Okay, you'll get the PDF answer. Okay. Actually, your PDF answer available already. You can download here. Okay. Can download. All right. Next, second part. Okay, so innovation can help to improve our performance, especially the company still focusing on call center rather than online services. Thus, through the investment in online, it will lead to greater customer satisfaction and ultimately sales. Okay, so class, I think from the info very clear lah, we are still very much traditional base. Okay. We are very much traditional. All right. So class, you see, this is APM. A lot of you pass your SBL. Class, SBL is worse. But you seems to struggle APM more than your SBL. Okay, class, SBL is worse because SBL, I think you know the exhibit, right? So now you got the pre-scene. Okay, it's way more than this. Class, yours is so much shorter. So much shorter compared to SBL. So technically, class, it's way easier. No? It's way easier than SBL. Okay, so first thing, question requirement, plan your answer. Where do the marks comes from? Then class, start writing clearly to the answer requirement. Now class, innovation. What is the relevant KPI? I think this one, this part quite okay. The innovation one. I notice a lot of you do get the mark. Revenue, new insurance product. Suits the market need rather than being promoted but unsold. Okay, class 1 will do. 1 will do. I give 2 possibly as an alternative. Percentage of customer using call center and online service. Okay, I just want to relate to my online. Okay, but I'm just telling you, class, even though your KPI not really related to this, you can still get the marks as long as it's relevant for innovation. Okay. Okay. So class, any question? 12 marks. ESOS gone. Okay, ESOS rather poor. Okay, up to here first. Class, are you okay? Anything? Okay, now class, let's look at okay, this one never mind, later I will put it up. Okay, I think the answer is download from the video if I'm not wrong. Okay, play video, download, something like that. Okay, now class, come. Let's go ESOS. But before I do ESOS, because ESOS is connected to reward system, so I recap reward system first. Recap reward system. Okay. Reward, reward, evaluate reward. Evaluating reward system. All right. Now, class, company has many different types of reward system. The company may propose a reward based on company profit. However, there is an issue, like I mentioned earlier, company profit uncontrollable. There are uncontrollable factors, costs that may affect the company profit. So your manager will be demotivated because his hard work will not be reflected in the company profit simply due to allocated costs from head office or rising prices due to inflations and etc. So we shall all beyond his control. Reward based on revenue. This is good if your company has an objective to maximize revenue. That means your company wants to secure certain market share. So, you push your staff. So you give them reward based on revenue. Okay, that is fair. But when you do that, you got to be careful. This will lead to dysfunctional behavior. Because the employee is so focused on achieving the reward, this may lead them to making decisions that may not necessarily benefit the company in order for them to maximize the revenue. Plus one of them, discount. Sell cheaper. So when I sell cheaper, I can sell more. When I sell more, I achieve the reward. Okay. So, and you sell cheaper, you earn less. Okay. Based on budget. Okay. Now, reward based on achievement of budget. Okay, now class, the thing here is when the reward is based on budget, you look at the budget. You focus your attention on the budget, see whether is the budget top down. Because if the budget is top down, usually we are worried, unrealistic. The budget may be unrealistic. But based on budget, it's suitable also because it can help the company in terms of cost control. And plus reward based on new client. Your ability to sign up new client. So the worry part, again, dysfunctional behavior, overpromise, additional expenses to get client. Your company end up incurring additional expenses. Now, so class, this is what we learn, and this is what they ask. Okay, so as usual, class, it's all application. They don't test any of that. They give you a specific reward, ESOS, and they give you all the necessary info. Okay, that means the advantages, the disadvantages is all there. I think disadvantage in this question. Now, let's see the ESOS. Shareholders believe your recent poor performance is due to your reward. They ask you for advice on, benefit and problem. Okay, sorry. Go. Advice on the benefit and problem of a proposed ESOS for the board of directors. To help you, you have been given an extract from a recent press article, which include historical data on share price and the insurance sector average. Okay, they give you the extract. The shareholders is negotiating, so blah, 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 blah. This additional info are all going to be relevant. Okay. Now, benefits and problem, how many marks? 8. So class, no rule, split into 2, 4, 4. But class, some students say, what if I got more benefits than problem? Go ahead. All right. But I will still encourage that you have 5, 3, or 4-4. You don't give me 7-1-6-2. A little bit risky. Let me just have a quick look at the examiner marking scheme, because we don't know whether they will insist on almost equal or not. So at most, I would advise 5-3 only. This is December. Wait, now let me check the marking scheme. It's the examiner answer. Wow. Wait. Cannot find. Okay, December. Okay. This is the examiner's answer. Do they limit? Question 3. Question 3, benefit and problem, 1 mark. Okay, good. They don't. All right. They don't. They don't. All right. So benefits and problem here is 1 mark per point. Okay, 1 mark per point. Okay. So like you see just now, the determinant one, they limit each determinant up to 4 only. You cannot get more. You talk more, so you won't get more. Okay. So here, fine. At least they don't split. So that means you got more benefit, less problem is okay. But the problem here is, class, in exam, we won't know. So that's why I always say, divide by 2 is 4-4. So if you have benefit more, then go ahead, benefit more, but don't excessively more. Okay, so maybe like 5-3 is good enough. All right. So that's the thing. But usually, class, this is not a problem because you have limited. Then not so much. Okay. All right. Now, class, the benefit of the proposed. I think this one, yeah, some easy marks. Okay, some easy marks. All right. You know, some students didn't get marks. Quite disappointed when you didn't get even 1-2 marks. Share option, right, class? You make the director part of the employee. Okay. I just give you just copy the benefit. Okay. Currently, the share price is low compared to a high of $5 1 year ago. So the ESOS will motivate the director to improve the performance, as the increase in share price will benefit them. Okay, now class, over here, the share price has fallen for 2nd month in a row. A recent customer's share price, our share price, always lower than the sector average. But the problem here is sector average improved, we are still going down. Okay, so if you see carefully, where did mention? Yeah. Today, market price. This is the exercise price. Okay, this is the exercise price. So what happened here is this. The shareholders have been negotiating the terms of the ESOS with the board for some time. Okay, so the director will be given an option to buy 200,000 shares in 2 years' time. Okay, at today's market price. So in 2 years' time, each director can decide whether or not to exercise. Okay, so now class, that means your share price is basically now $1.70. Okay, so class, this gives you a lot of advantage. We are worried when the exercise price is high, because if the exercise price is high, then the chances of you making profit is very slim. I want when my exercise price is low. So this is the advantage, okay? Because class, previously, you can see that your share price touched $5 one, okay? But today, your share price is less than $2, $1.70. Okay, so in other words, class, if the company give me rights issue now, I am more motivated than when they give me at $5. Because when they give me at very high price, I need to hope the share price continue to go up, only I can make profit, okay? But if they give me at 170, which is at its lowest, chances of me making good profit is better, because when the share price go up to $3, I already very, very happy. But if you give me at $5, share price $3, then gone already. Okay, so class, this is the first point. Okay, now some students see it differently. Okay, some students see it differently. You actually mentioned that the share price is currently at 170, which is at its lowest. Okay, which is at its lowest. So it will not motivate the director. Okay, you say it will not motivate the director because the share price is low. Now, class cannot. All right. The thing, if you explain like this, cannot, because you say it will not motivate because its share price is low. You are wrong. Okay, you are wrong. Okay, so you have to mention that, you know, if you want to get the 1 mark, you cannot say because the share price is low. You have to mention that because the share price continue to decline, so there is a risk the price will go down, then only you can get the 1 mark. This is to do with commercial acumen. Commercial acumen. Okay, rights issue price. I want rights issue price to be low than high. Okay, so low means motivate. Okay, high means demotivate. So if you say low, it's demotivate, it's wrong. Okay, it's wrong. Okay, but if you say demotivate because your share price trend is going down, so there is a risk can go down some more. Okay, like this I can accept. All right. Now, number 2, your objective is maximize long-term shareholder wealth. The ESOS is aligned because 2 years. So it's longer than 1 year. Okay, 1 year is considered short-term. Anything more than that is long-term. Okay. The proposed offer would also benefit the institutional investor, as the director now will not just focus on making short-term decision, but also focusing on long-term performance. Okay. And finally, class, this is doing some calculation. Okay, this is doing some calculation to prove that it is lucrative. Now, some students actually say, you explain differently. ESOS, you make the shareholder, you make the director part of the shareholders. Okay, you make the director part of the shareholders. So now the director will make decisions that are benefiting the shareholders, okay, especially in terms of share price. You can get the 1 mark also. All right, now class, something like this. They are unhappy, particularly share price, okay, particularly. Okay, this also can. All right, so quite a lot of you explain this also. Okay, now class, problem. The first problem, I think a lot of you saw it. No, not a lot. Some of you saw it. Uncontrollable share price movement. Uncontrollable. Quite good. You all see that part. Okay. So the company ESOS might not motivate. Uncontrollable. Okay, uncontrollable. Okay, so economy, market movement, all these can affect. All right, so suddenly there is a war, you know. So by the way, mentioned until so detail. Okay, so the intro of ESOS will not have further change to the directors. So this will discourage the director when they are unable to maximize the wealth through increase, because share price can, but this looks the same. This looks the same, no need. Okay, repeated. As ESOS is very attractive, this might cause the director, okay, this one, a little bit, you need to think a little bit. Okay, because when you want to maximize return, you have to maximize your risk. Okay. Problem is share price fluctuation. Okay, so if keep decline, that is the one that I was saying. So you got to be careful. Don't say the share price low, demotivate. okay, share price low motivate, because when your share price low, okay, your rights issue price is low. Okay, your exercise price is low. The problem with us, our company, is the share price go down, the trend. So you see, our trend is we are going down. People go up already, you still go down. So the problem to this scheme is the director will demotivate. You give me ESOS offer, but our share price like this one, so I feel demotivated if the share price continue to decline. Okay, so that is the proper answer. But if you say you give me because 170 is cheap, then cannot. Wrong. ESOS generally affect the current shareholding. So currently, majority of shareholders held by institutional, so they emphasize retain shareholding. So introduction may make them dissatisfied. Class. Using the info. Using the info. Okay. So majority, so they emphasize introduction. So when you use ESOS, you are diluting their shareholding. So how will they react to this dilution? All right. Okay, class, anything here? Let me convert to PDF for you. Class, next one I want to go is pyramid. Where's the pyramid? Okay, pyramid. Now, class, no need mind map, because the pyramid is the explanation. So, okay. Now, class, quick one. Okay, quick one. Let's have a look at the pyramid. Your note 164. Your note, revision note, page 164. Okay, I'm not drawing it, partially because the pyramid is self-explanatory already. Okay. All right. Now, class, when we talk about performance pyramid, okay, so a few things. Okay, a few things. Okay, so first thing first, this is another model of measuring performance. Okay, so basically what makes performance pyramid unique is it is actually based on a service organization. Okay, so if you see carefully the performance pyramid model, okay, it will remind us of an organization. You have the strategic level, tactical level, and operational level. So they are very similar in that respect. Okay, so basically when you talk about the pyramid, all right, now this software don't have ruler one. Okay, so it's difficult for me to draw, right? So I'll see them. They don't have ruler. Okay, so basically, where's my ruler? Okay, so basically what happened here is the performance pyramid, besides the 3 different stages of performance, they also split the performance into 2 different aspects where we need to focus on the internal efficiency and also your external effectiveness. Okay, so that means when you measure performance, don't just focus on internal, you must also focus on external performance as well. Okay, so equally important that you focus internal plus external. Okay, then class, respectively, you have all these. Okay, 9 areas of performance. So the pyramid believe that performance at one level will contribute to the other. Okay, so when you have quality product, okay, this will lead to customer satisfaction. So customer satisfied, this will lead to market satisfaction. So if you have a satisfied customer, you will have larger market shares. Okay, so delivery. So if you have punctuality on delivery, so your customer will be satisfied, isn't it? So sometimes it's not just the product being good, but how you deliver your product to your customer. Is your delivery prompt, convenient, you know, etc. So all these affects as well. So that is how the pyramid works. It acknowledges performance at one, affects the other, ultimately leading towards the organization goal. Okay, so that is performance pyramid. Okay, so you don't really need to memorize, okay, because chances are they will give you. Okay, chances are they will give you. Okay, now class, I want to look at this past year from your revision book. The more recent one, zone. Page 174. Okay, page 174. Okay, zone. Now, additional question is here. Okay, you can see additional questions here. All right. This one should be the older one. Okay, from the book. Then this one is the newer one as well. All right. So it's all up to you. Plenty of videos to go through. Okay, class come. Okay, DMAC, hold on first. DMAC is quality. Okay, quality. Okay, so that one, hold on first. Advise the CEO how the model can help you to achieve your vision. Using the pyramid, evaluate the extent to which the suggested new measure can be used to measure and manage. Okay, so class, this one is obviously the older format. So the newer format, okay, what will happen, class? They will reduce the marks. They will reduce the marks. Maybe here become 6, then here become 7. Then you have 5 professional marks. Okay, so basically the way you write is still the same. All right, except you don't need to write so much, because if 7 marks previously means 7 relevant point, but now 6, that means you need only 6 relevant point. Okay, so that's why I say the new format is better. Okay, it helps you by question style is all the same. It's just that you are getting more time because the professional marks. All right. Okay, class, couple of minutes. Read through first. Read through first. Okay, now class, part A, advise the CEO how Lynch and Cross performance pyramid can help the company in achieving its corporate vision. The corporate vision is to increase shareholders' wealth by becoming leading overall parcel delivery business. providing quality, reliability, and value for customer. So class, before we start answering, very important, what the examiner wants. Anyone can in another way how you explain the question requirement. Anyone? How the bottom level help achieve the vision? Not to say just the bottom level. How the pyramid? Yeah, you are to link the pyramid to the vision. Yes. Okay. You are to link the pyramid to the vision. Okay, class. Now you tell me correctly already, because I see a few of you mentioned link pyramid to the vision. Yeah, you are correct. I don't doubt that you are correct. Wait, I think I close this. Okay, wait. I need to figure out where to put the answer. But okay, class now. Give me your point. Give me your point. I want to see who can get marks. You get the requirement, but can you get the marks? Proper answer in exam if you're doing. Okay, give me the proper answer. One mark. Give me the proper point, how you would have written it in exam. Give me 1 point, 1 point. Okay, come, give me. I want to see who gets the marks, who don't. If you have, put it on the chat now. Don't give me 7 marks. You got 1 point, can put it there already. Okay, 7 marks, cannot, don't want so many. All right, 1, 2 point, can put it there. Got 1 point, type properly, not point form not acceptable. Okay, another 1, 2 minutes. Come on, class. So little ni class. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you can use short form, emphasize on quality of service. And zone mission is provide quality service. Hence, you can use the pyramid. Wait, they say what? The requirement. 10. 1 mark. All right. Okay, this is correct. 1 mark. Look at how suggested. No, this is not answer, so cannot. Zone needs to deliver the parcel based on the promised time in order to gain customer satisfaction. So that zone managed to be top performer, in which is one of your vision, hold on, to increase shareholder wealth, okay, by becoming a leading overnight parcel business, providing quality, leading overnight, providing quality value for customer, deliver based on estimated. But this is not okay. But what is this to do with pyramid? Not clear on the pyramid part. Not clear on the pyramid part. Cannot. Zone shall deliver the goods in a shorter period. No, not answering question. The pyramid consists of market which relates to the vision of being a leading, because it will indicate it's the best. All right, this one, yes, can. Okay, now class, you guys are not perfectly answering the question. Okay, not perfectly answering the question. Advise how pyramid can help zone achieve its vision. Okay, that means how using pyramid, okay, can help zone. So class, the feature of the pyramid, okay, the features of the pyramid achieving the vision, the features of the pyramid achieving the vision. Okay, you should focus on that. All right, pyramid would help link up. This one, okay. Okay, link internal, external towards the company success vision. Hold on, must be specific. You cannot, this is considered general also. Okay, cannot get the marks. The company vision. Now, you see what is your vision? Just put the vision on it, then you get the marks already. Okay, what is your company vision? Internal, external, shareholder wealth, and also customer. Okay. Internal, external. Okay, internal, external. Okay, so class, actually the question just need you to relate the features of the pyramid to the company vision. Okay, features of the pyramid to the company vision. Okay, like for example, the feature is not just internal, external. Just now your friend got one. Okay, second point is financial, non-financial. Okay, so shareholder wealth, financial. Then non-financial, quality, reliability. So which is non-financial. Okay, so focus on that. You get already. Okay, so now class answer is there. So I use answer, save time. Okay, so class now, you see, problem, you didn't do well here. Don't see B yet, don't see B yet. Okay, because you see part B, then later everything becomes easy. All right. Now, how many marks? 7, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 only. Okay, okay. The CEO believe that reduction in customer satisfaction and flexibility caused by operational performance may have led to the deterioration in these two. So the use of pyramid will be able to highlight to zone on area of performance that they have to improve in order to achieve their vision. Okay, so class, your company CEO say deterioration in financial performance because of your operational performance. So if you use pyramid, you are able to tell where is the problem. Where is the problem in your operational performance? 1 mark. The company vision emphasizes on these two. Pyramid will ensure both stakeholder interests are well taken care of because pyramid has internal, external measure. Okay, class, same as this answer. Internal, external, link to the vision. Number 3, the vision focus on both internal process such as quality and reliability in delivery. Quality, reliability. So the vision focus on these two. And also external performance, which is becoming the market leader. So pyramid will be able to help link this area to measure their performance. Okay. Now pyramid focus financial, non-financial. Okay, so this is relevant because your vision is not just financial, but also got non-financial. Okay, so it has both financial, shareholder wealth, and non-financial. Okay, so both is there as well. Next, the company focused heavily on only financial performance. Okay, company currently. Okay, I think currently your company financial performance. So class, However, the new vision, they have to change to become more holistic in their measurement. So not only financial, so you must have non-financial. Okay, non-financial. All right. Now, and then finally, I say financial performance is affected by non-financial. Okay. Now, class actually got one more. The company has no clear vision, excessive focus on financial measure, and inadequate system to measure and manage performance of the underlying processes. Okay, so class, inadequate system, all right, to measure and manage. So that means you focus on financial measure only. Now, what is the uniqueness of pyramid? The 9 areas of performance, isn't it? Okay, I think my answer didn't touch on that. Okay, you can add in one, class. You can add in one. I got no space. Okay, this one you can add in or type in, or you download the answer, you put it in there. Inadequate system to measure and manage performance. Quality, value for customer, delivery, market, leading overnight delivery business, market, providing quality lah. Reliability, class, reliability is which one of the pyramid? What do you think? Reliable service. You know, when we put into the pyramid, which one, class? Reliability. Delivery, reliability, yeah, delivery, okay, can. Okay, delivery, quality, delivery, market, got already. And value for customer. Okay, class, value for customer, customer satisfaction, right? Okay, so another 1 mark. All right, class. Okay. The company, inadequate system. So focusing only on financial. The system is inadequate, that's why they are focusing. So zone can measure with the pyramid, you can measure other aspects. That means I'm talking about the 9. Okay, I'm talking about the 9. Okay, but I don't talk about all the 9 because the vision, the question only the vision. So leading overall parcel business. Leading means market. Quality, self-explanatory. Reliability, okay, I think reliable service is related to the delivery. Can. Value for customer satisfaction. Okay, maximize shareholder wealth, I don't talk because you already cover financial. All right, so which is relevant to their vision. So you must relate back to the question, can help to achieve the vision. So if you use pyramid, can help to achieve your vision because it got the 9 area, Okay, class, up to here. Anything first? Okay, yeah. Now, using the pyramid, evaluate the extent to which the suggested new measure, where is it? Oh, okay. Suggested new measure Oh, this one quite confusing. Yeah, I remember. In Appendix 2 can be used to measure and manage operational performance. All right. Suggested new measure 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3. All right. So the suggested new measure can be used to measure and manage operational performance at this company. Okay, that means class evaluate the extent, benefit, problem. Okay, benefit, problem, vehicle utilization, fuel consumption, and on time stop. Okay, these 3, whether it can be used to measure and manage operation. That means class the benefit or the advantages and disadvantages of the 3 measure. So 3 measure, 9 marks. Okay, we follow 9 marks because previously it's 9 marks. So 9 marks plus, that means each one approximately 3 different points. So let's focus on the first one first. Vehicle utilization. Okay, vehicle utilization. Okay, let's try one. I roughly think this is difficult question. I remember already. The KPI quite confusing. Advantages, disadvantages of using this KPI, because they use the verb evaluate. Anyone can share? Don't see answer lah, class. Don't see answer. Answer later we can see together, no issue. Just try see. Wah, class cannot. Now you see, class, vehicle utilization, average utilizations of all vehicle capacity. This is measured by taking the average vehicle load as a percentage of capacity when the vehicle leaves the depot at the beginning of each day, and the vehicle load as a percentage of capacity when the vehicle returns to the depot at the end of each day. So that means, class, you want to measure your vehicle, how many percent full, all right, in layman's term, how many percent full when your vehicle leave the depot. Okay, so then when your vehicle come back, why also need to measure? Because you got do collection service. You got, I think just now, if you read through, I'm not going to show you that part. If you read through just now, they got say after they go and deliver, then they collect from customer before they come back. So when they come back, you also measure, see how many percent full. Okay, so that means you maximize. Okay, so class, clearly one advantage is encourage, maximize the use of your resources. This action will maximize the use. Okay, now let's see one of your friends answer. Okay, only one give answer. In using, okay, it helps to identify underutilized asset. Okay, this allow for better resource allocation, potentially unused. Okay, I think can. This one, yes. All right. So better resource allocation management. Okay, can, no problem. 1 mark. However, rely solely on this may provide incomplete picture. Why? Other factors such as may not be. Okay, this is not. Okay, this one cannot. Incomplete picture of overall performance. Okay, we are not talking about the overall performance. We are talking about evaluating this measure. So what is the problem of this measure? Okay, so no, this is not relevant. Okay, because it's the same one. If you talk about ROCE, you know, you talk about EVA, okay, you can also say it doesn't measure other area of performance. Cannot. All right. No one measure all area of performance. Okay, so your disadvantage is wrong. Okay, so 1 mark lah. 1 mark. Okay, your friend say this, another friend say this. Okay, the measure of vehicle, okay, might be complicated and time consuming. Okay, cannot, all right, because you got point, not justify. So why you say complicated, why you say time consuming, you didn't justify, so cannot, all right. All point must be justified in exam. Okay, now class. Okay, let's see last one. So you see, you're all slow, you know, now only start giving. Okay, slow. Enable the company to have better management of the fleet. It helps identifying pattern, optimize route, ensure the vehicles are deployed. Okay, so this can is the same as this. All right, so these two is the same point. All right. Okay. Now, class, the answer. All right, the answer. This measure reduce potential. Okay, same as just now what your friend say. Vehicle utilization, maximize, reduce waste. They are all the same thing. As the manager will have to plan ahead the route for the pickup. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So class, maximize utilization. That's the benefit. That's the point. Okay, no matter how you explain, they are the same. Okay, they are the same. All right. Okay. Then what else is provided? This measure can be affected by factors beyond the control. Oh, I think I want to say not good already. Affected by factors beyond the control of the employee, such as lack of customer for pickup. So the vehicle utilization may not be high when leaving the depot. Okay, class, which is true, right? What if, you know, not many people requesting for the service? So if not many people requesting for the service, okay, so, you know, your van won't be full, all right? Or not many people sending. So your van delivered, then when coming back, uncontrollable factor, okay? The use of the measure may impact on the performance of on-time stop. Okay, that means affect other area of performance, as the vehicle need to wait longer for the utilization to be higher before, or conflict of measure. Class, I actually say this one can affect this one, all right? Because you want your vehicle to be full. So if you want your vehicle to be full, you may have to wait longer. So your vehicle will be full, but then you wait longer, on-time performance affected. So this is the problem. Okay. Now another friend say this. Let's see, can or not. Vehicle utilization will ignore the driver's effort or lead to driver delay in delivering. Okay, can. Yes, this part can. Okay, so 1 mark. Okay, now class, second part, fuel consumption. Average liter of fuel per kilometer travel for all vehicle. Okay, so what is good and not good? The average fuel consumption is not a good measure to be used if zone is comparing the vehicle which is of different size. Okay, so class, when you compare vehicle, true lah, what type of vehicle, unless it's the same vehicle, you know, class, different vehicle cannot. Not appropriate traffic condition. Okay, class, I think you know traffic jam consume more fuel. Okay, than the road that you travel and etc. Okay, but the good thing, reduce waste, control costs. Okay, so you say reduce waste, you say control costs, all this can. All right, you can also relate to, because you are delivery company, fuel cost is one of your high cost component. Okay, because definitely expected to be high. All right. Now, class, when you see answer, it's easy, right? But just now when I ask you that time, it's difficult, isn't it, class? So this is the problem student face. Okay, like you see now, if I ask you again, difficult, sure difficult. But when you see the answer, then it becomes okay. Percentage of stop made within 30 minutes of book time. What is this? Of stop made within 30 minutes. Zone receive complaint from customer relating to delivery not made on time. Of this, okay, this one is Six Sigma one. This one is Six Sigma. Relate to delivery not relate to delivery made within 30 minutes, less than. On time stop within 30 minutes of book time. Oh, okay, that means within 30 minutes. Okay, that means you are able to pick up based on the book time within 30 minutes plus minus. Okay, so if more than that, means you are not on time. Okay, you're not on time. Okay, so class, good and bad is relevant. Quality delivery. Okay, so I relate to the vision. May not be suitable by different factor. Class, the traffic, the route, the location of the customer. To assess operational performance, okay, over here I just say lah. So however, the suggested measure is only 3. Haha, class. The last 1 point. Evaluate the extent can be used to measure and manage the operational performance at zone. Pyramid. Zone operational performance. Plus operational got 4. So they miss out 1. You got 3 measure, but you don't have 1 of them. So there is a problem with the 3. Okay, this is overall. This is overall. Okay, class. Anything up to here? Any question? Anything for me first? Anything you want to ask? Okay, now class, part C is quality management. To define, measure in appendix 3 on time stop failed delivery, suitable for use in DMAC to implement the Six Sigma to improve. Okay, class, come, let's run through this. Let's run through this. Quick one, we run through. Assess whether the 2 measures defined in appendix 3 are suitable for use in DMAC. Okay, class, we haven't recapped DMAC. Okay, it's later. I think not today. DMAC should be Monday, your last class. D, define customer requirement. M, measure, okay, existing performance. A, class, what is A? Analyze where go wrong, which one adds value, which one don't add value. I, improve, come out with strategy for improvement. C, you got strategy, doesn't mean you got result. You must control, monitor and control. So advise whether the 2 measures in appendix 3 are suitable for use in the DMAC method. These 2, suitable or not to implement in order to improve delivery performance. Wow, 9 marks. For me, I will start explain what is DMAC, because I just hope I can get 1 mark first. Okay, should be able to get 1. DMAC. Explain DMAC. for just 1 mark. Quick one, that means like just now I mentioned, DMAC is basically a statistical tool to improve quality management. So basically DMAC involve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, class, on time stop. Percentage of stop made within 10 minutes of book time. Failed delivery. Percentage of delivery which cannot be made due to customer being unavailable to take delivery or by parcel being incorrectly. Customer, currently there are 5% of delivery failed and have to be returned. Okay, now class. Let's see the answer. Why I type this? Hold on, let me see. Plus, I think this is totally irrelevant. Okay, this is wrong. Okay, just cut it off. Just cut it off. This is unrelated. Wow, cannot undo one. I go and highlight. Okay, the one. This is totally unrelated. Okay. Now, on time stop. On time stop. This measure is suitable to improve delivery performance. It would be identified to be one of the factors that customers seek for from zone. Okay, so class, I'm saying it is relevant. Define customer requirement on time stop. Okay, define. I think this is something customer value. Okay, it would be one of the factors. Okay, so on time stop is suitable because it is value added to zone, as customer will appreciate drivers for their punctuality. Okay, so class, that means I'm arguing that this is what customer wants. Okay, this is what customer. However, the measure will not contribute towards improving performance as there is less than complaint. Okay, class, currently your complaint is 0.0001%. Okay, class DMAC is 0.003. Okay, so your one is currently below. Okay, your one is currently below already. Okay, so the performance is good. That means there is nothing wrong, no poor performance here. Okay, therefore having 10 minutes stop on top of another does not provide any benefit. Okay, so that means your performance is good. So you're already achieving it already. So you measure also no use. So you only need to continue, monitor, and control. Okay. Define customer requirement. Define customer requirement. Measure measure existing performance. Analyze. Okay. Analyze. So value added, non-value added. That means the poor performance. Okay, what is value adding, non-value adding? Okay, monitor and control. This one no improvement needed because you're already good already. Failed delivery. Now, class, what is considered failed delivery? Customer not around. Address wrong is not a suitable measure because beyond control of employee. Plus, I deliver, but the customer not around, or the address is wrong. So class, all this is not my problem, right? So I think you measure this doesn't give you any benefit, but it will affect the quality. But it will affect the quality and customer satisfaction because customers still want. Okay, so the target rate is currently, the fail rate is 5%, higher than Six Sigma target, 3.4 per million. Like just now I say like 0.0003. Okay, so class 3.4 per million. 3.4. This is the Six Sigma data. So therefore, there is a lot of room for further improvement. However, upon analyzing, the measure is related to factor beyond employee performance, so it will be difficult for you to come up with relevant strategy. So class, you want to improve also how? Class, how do you improve? Customer not around, class. How do you improve? Address wrong. How do you improve? Actually, address wrong can improve partially. Postcode. Make sure your system can be structured in such a way, the postcode. If you key in wrong postcode, the system will identify. But then that is only for postcode. Okay, if let's say you address the number wrong, the road name wrong, all those can't help. Okay, and then if let's say customer not around, nowadays, they email. Okay, before they email you, the parcel is out for delivery, or they SMS you, today your parcel is out for delivery. So hoping to reduce the risk the customer is not around. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, class, any question? Yeah, a little bit difficult, this question. Anything first? Anything at all? Before I go BCG, then we stop for lunch. $3.4 million is basically from this thing one, from the Six Sigma. Okay, Six Sigma will tell you 3.4 million. The PDF download from the website. Okay, just download from the website. Okay. BCG. Hey, not BCG, balance scorecard. Hush. Keep mentioning BCG. Wrong. BCG is different. Okay, class balance scorecard, BSC. Okay, class, another model of performance measure, balance scorecard. So what is so unique? The vision of your company. When you have a vision, you must come out with strategy. So your strategy will lead to your vision. But how do we ensure your strategy lead to a success, okay, of achieving your vision? So you must measure them, measure your strategy for different perspectives. Financial perspective, customer perspective, internal business process perspective, learning and growth perspective. Learning and growth are related to employee, okay, related to employee. So basically, all these 4 different perspectives, they are all related. Okay, they are all related. Okay, so example, financial. You cannot achieve financial perspective if your customer is not happy. A happy customer equal to a happy financial statement. When your customer is happy, automatically you make more profit. Okay, then how to make sure your customer is happy? Your business process, because your business process must be efficient. Your business process must be effective. Okay, customer can only be happy if I get a quality product, I get a reliable product, okay, and I don't overpay for the product. So your process also must be efficient, because if you're not efficient, you got wastage and so on and so forth, you charge me expensive, so I pay for your losses. Surely I'm not happy customer. And then learning and growth. All company, we aim to grow, okay, we aim to improve, so learning and growth. Okay, and now class, each perspective will have their own objective. Okay, like for example, financial, you have profitability, maximize wealth, cash flow, and then each objective will have their KPI. Okay, and then as usual, got KPI, you must have target. Okay, so that is how balance scorecard work. Okay, so it's another model. So if you look at building block 6 dimension, pyramid, the 9 areas, then you have balance scorecard, the 4 perspective. Class, they are almost all the same thing, leading to the goal, measuring different aspect of performance. Okay, now, good for you to know advantages, disadvantages. Useful, although not directly, just explain advantage, disadvantage is enough. But with this knowledge, you can then apply using the question as an example. So like, for example, the vision. The advantage is balanced scorecard helps the company to achieve the vision. So class, look at the question's vision, apply it to that, apply it to that. Okay, so now class, like all model, the advantage or the benefit is the feature of the model. Okay, the feature of the model. Wholesome measure. That means you don't focus on only one aspect of performance, you focus on different aspects of performance. In this case, the 4 different perspectives. Internal, external. And finally, financial, non-financial. Okay, disadvantage. Okay, class, this is the problem. See, you got 4 perspectives. 4 perspective doesn't mean 4 measure, it's more than that. Like just now I said, financial. You have cash flow, shareholder wealth. Okay, so then you have your KPI. Then customer, maybe you have customer satisfaction, percentage of returning customer. Okay, then internal, you don't know you got how many more objectives. Learning growth, you don't know you got. So class, when you have so many measure, I think one measure can conflict with another. Conflict in measure. Now, in exam, when you explain this, you cannot get marks just because you explain conflict. You must find from the question what is the 2 measure there that conflict each other. Like just now, the question we do zone. Just now I was saying vehicle utilization on time stop conflict. Like this, you have to apply. You mentioned no use one. It's correct, but without the application to the question, you cannot get the marks. Until that, then only they will give you the 1 mark. Okay. Number 2, manager interpretation. The success of balanced scorecard depends largely on managers' ability to interpret all the 4 different perspectives. So, customer perspective. What do customer wants from me? So if the manager didn't interpret correctly, then your balanced scorecard will not be effective as well. Okay, so at the end of the day, you must know what the customer wants. Okay, what the customer wants from your company. Okay, and finally, ability to set the right measure. Okay, so if you don't have the right KPI, also no use. Shareholder wealth, your KPI, ROCE is a problem. So that means from the question, find KPI that are wrong one, not effective KPI. Then you get the 1. Then you get the 1 mark. Okay, so class, up to here first. Balanced scorecard. Now, anything you want to ask before I stop for lunch? After lunch, then we see question. Okay, after lunch, then we see question. What are the difference for these 2? They are different model. Okay, they are merely different model. Okay, different model measuring things differently. That's all. Okay, some more? Any more question? All right, so class, I stop here. So I'll see you after lunch. Okay, then we will continue at 2 o'clock. Okay, for question on balanced scorecard.